Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix playthrough. It is time to visit the Badlands.
Where's he hiding? Alright. What did you mean about Terra being a different person?
Exactly what I said, idiot. The Terra you know will be gone forever.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Stupid or true?
A Keyblade?
Good. Let's see what you're made of.
And so we get to fight against Vanitas, and it's awesome. I do love the Vanitas fights. They can be perhaps a little bit overly simple at times in terms of how they work. I mean, obviously this one we get our asses handed to us very handily quite quickly, but that's okay, because I'm pretty sure if I recall correctly we do actually get to fight him properly right now. It's just we have cutscene stuff to go through.
I'd be going against the Master's orders, but so what? As far as I'm concerned, your job here is done.
Don't worry, you're safe. Deal! Tell me where you got that. Keyblades are not something you use just to bully somebody around. Here, I'll show ya.
We both will.
Huh?
So yes, we get saved by the amazing Mickey Mouse, and we get to bring the hurt to Vanitas. Thankfully, with Mickey on side, it does make this quite a bit easier than it had been, because Mickey will be going in and attacking as well, so that helps. And also every now and again Mickey will launch something or other that'll allow you to move through. The trick with Vanitas is pretty much after a set amount of kind of hitting him, he will teleport into the air and slam down on you. So pretty much your cue is the second he has done that, dodge the hell out of the way. Immediately makes the fight so much simpler. But he can definitely be a challenge if you're not prepared for him, because he can cause some pretty nasty hits on you. Also, Shotlock's not necessarily the best thing to be using on him, because he'll pretty much dodge most of them. So you've got to kind of play it as you go. But that said, I do really like, well, I love Vanitas' theme. It's just absolutely glorious. Like, I mean, I've said before and I'll say it again, Kingdom Hearts has some of the best boss fight music in gaming. It's top notch. Yoko Shimomura pretty much always outdoes herself, as do the rest of the team doing the music. And yeah, Vanitas is definitely a highlight among Birth by Sleep soundtrack. I love it.
You win. Consider yourself on probation.
Probation? For what? Thanks for before. I owe you. The name's Ventus. What's yours?
I'm Mickey.
I see you've got a Keyblade.
Yup. I've been training under the great young Sid. He found out the worlds are in trouble, and I sort of took off without telling him.
Well, that makes both of us. I ran off too.
All I have to do is think it, and the Star Shard will take me anywhere I want to go. At least I thought it would. I haven't quite got the fine points down, like when or where. It just kind of kicks in whenever it wants to. But I wouldn't have met you if it hadn't brought me here. You know, it might not be an accident. Maybe it starts working because it's reacting to something. Hmm?
So from that we get Hyde-Up, we get a D-Link with Mickey, and we get to go straight into Radiant Garden. I mean, it's pretty much the way all of them work, but hey, I will happily take a free high jump. And also the Mickey D-Link, because, as I believe I've said before, the Mickey D-Link can be incredibly helpful, because at its highest level you get double experience, well, double CP, so double experience points, effectively. Which, just, my god, that is so useful. And yeah, it's definitely something that I would recommend making use of, because, like, good grief. And also, part of me wishes that, you know, that fight had lasted just a little bit longer, so then I could have, you know, made a full part out of the Badlands, but hey, we're splurging it into the Radiant Garden part, because, once again, we're going to be in Radiant Garden for quite a while, because, as with everybody's visits to Radiant Garden, there are two distinct halves to it. You've got the Trinity Armour half, and then you've got the Fallout half, which is always quite fun.
Mickey?
And as we get started on here, we saw good old Scrooge McDuck walking off in one direction and Mickey going off in another. So we will definitely be following after Mickey first, because clearly Mickey Mouse is the more important character to be dealing with right now. But still. Now, if I recall correctly, I believe that Birth by Sleep was, yes, Birth by Sleep was the first time that Mickey had been voiced by Brett Ewan, because this was sort of roughly after the passing of Wayne Allwine. So Wayne Allwine was the voice of Mickey Mouse for many years. So he took over the role in 1977 and performed in the role until 2009, which is an incredibly long period of time to perform a single role. And obviously everyone absolutely adored Wayne Allwine's performance as Mickey. And understandably so, I mean, he's excellent. And then Brett Ewan took on the role from 2009 onwards, and this was pretty much his first real performance in the role. I mean, did do the voice in Disney On Ice Celebrations and Disney Live Rockin' Roadshow in 2009, and was also in Have a Laugh and Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, which started in 2009. But I would say that Birth by Sleep was probably the first high-profile, I want to say, performance in the role, where everyone was going, okay, they've changed it over now. And you can see that he's not 100% perfect in terms of his performance. Like, he does a pretty decent job, but it's not fully on the ball. But, that said, considering this was very early on in his time as Mickey, it's one of those things where if you've got you've got a different voice actor, they've got to work their way into the role. And pretty much after Birth by Sleep, Brett Ewan pretty much settled in to the voice of Mickey. He found his zone, and then has, I think, pretty much just been killing it ever since. Which is really awesome. And I mean, the reason that Brett Ewan was given the role initially was because he was the understudy for Wayne Allwine, in case he couldn't actually do it. But unfortunately, he didn't have apparently he didn't have the chance to meet Wayne Allwine. But yeah, he's done good since. And actually, yeah, so just a bit of information here on the Wikipedia page is that the first full performance as Mickey Mouse was for Birth by Sleep, so he's done good since, and that makes me happy. But you can see, first rocky road for him to try and deal with taking over such an iconic character. I mean, it's always a very difficult moment. I mean, the day when Winnie the Pooh is no longer voiced by Jim Cummings is going to be just all of the no, because with iconic characters, we often associate them with their voice, and when the original voice actor either leaves or passes away, there's always that initial, oh, I don't like this. This is there's something not right here, and it's always very difficult. I mean, obviously there was Kermit the Frog. He was a prime example. And actually, most of the Muppets have had changes in voice cast over the years, and that initial change is always just like, oh, no, there's something not right here. And I mean, I will say that Disney's always been generally pretty excellent at making sure that the transition's relatively seamless. Like, they generally get really good voice doubles, and I mean, that's going to be pretty much key for Masters Xehanort come Kingdom Hearts 3, which, at the time of recording, finally has a release date! Just like, oh my god, everything about that just makes me happy. January 29th, 2019. I am living for it, and I cannot wait. And now, would you look what the cat dragged in? Members of the organisation before there were members of the organisation. Brilliant!
Hold on.
Love it.
The castle is presently closed.
But somebody just came this way. He's a friend of mine.
We aren't aware of any visitors. Now run along home, boy, before the monsters get you.
I could have sworn it was him. Huh?
They're here.
Radiant Garden shall not fall under the likes of you.
Yeah. Leave this to me. Yeah.
Stop!
But you're just a child!
Now, who do you think will defend the castle if you two go skipping off?
But that boy.
Never you worry about him. He's a special case.
A what?
Evan is right. Lord and Castle come first. The boy will have to fend for himself.
Which reminds me, his lordship was asking for you. A heart devoid of darkness, stripped clean of it at that. Very questionable.
Ah, Evan, you never cease to be somewhat incredibly creepy, no matter how you present yourself. Because, I mean, at present, Evan's not a bad guy. Evan is just part of Ansem the Wise's retinue, effectively. And obviously, Dylan and Alias, as they are now, are guards. And it's something that I do actually really like about Birth by Sleep, is that you do get to see actually quite a lot of the characters before they became the organisation. Because really it's one of the things that they sort of always needed a little bit of. And it's what most people thought they were going to get with 358 over 2 days, was a bit more development for the members of the organisation. And ultimately, we've never quite gotten it apart from really for Axel, and that's about it. But having, and also, I'm so close, I just need to level up high jump more, and then maybe I can get that. That's so annoying. That is so incredibly annoying. Ugh. But yeah, so what I was saying was that it's nice that they do get that little bit of extra development here, in that we see who they were before their hearts were taken, and sort of see that actually, apart from maybe Evan, they weren't really evil before they had their hearts taken and they were turned into the organisation. Like, I mean, not necessarily the best human beings in the world, but still better than they ended up in the end. I mean, the only real shame is that we don't get to see the likes of some of the later members of the organisation. Like, we still have pretty much no idea where Demyx came from. We have had Marluxia now, via Kingdom Hearts Key. Don't think we've had Larxene. Luxord's still somewhere out in the ether, not really doing anything. I mean, I'd say they're probably the main ones that haven't had really any development whatsoever. But fingers crossed we might get a bit more of that in Kingdom Hearts 3, because obviously we've... well, spoilers for later games, effectively, of what has happened following, obviously, Kingdom Hearts 2 and stuff. I would probably go into it, but since I'm most likely at some point going to cover Dream Drop Distance, I don't really feel like I want to delve into that at present, because they are kind of big, hefty spoilers for fates of characters, and well, you know, the games have been out for a long time now. I mean, obviously, Birth by Sleep has been out for a good 8 years now, and still. Oh, Scrooge McDuck.
Wait a moment, laddie. Don't I even get a chance to repair you?
Oh, you don't have to.
Now just hold your horses. I didn't mean the fortune. Maybe a wee bit of gold or a small token of...
Well, could you make it fast?
I know. I've just the thing in me hat. Come here. You can tell me, lad, you came here from another world, didn't you? Don't worry, my bill is sealed. Your secret's safe with me. I'll not be asking you any awkward questions. You see, 'tis the same with me. I asked a wizard named Merlin to bring me here from another world. After all, adventure is the mother of industry, eh? Eh?
Great. That all?
Ach, but I'm holding you up, lad, eh? Here, these are lifetime passes to Disney Town. You little buckets of fun there. Or my name is not Scrooge McDuck. There you are. Enough for you and 2 grown-ups.
Huh.
So, we get those Disney Town passes, which then we'll go on to give to Aqua and Terra. But obviously, good old Scrooge McDuck, voiced by Alan Young, the late great Alan Young. Oh, it's so wonderful hearing his voice, it really is, and also Merlin as well. Just getting all the classic Disney characters today, aren't we?
To wake the powers inside him, is that it?
What? How'd you know?
We wizards have a knack for knowing such things. The book is inside on the table. You may have a gander if you like.
What book?
So yeah, this is the point where, you know, we can get the 100 Acre Wood command board, which I realised that in a previous part at some point I forgot was a thing. Like, I think I was going through the list of all command boards and just completely blanked it, but hey, these things happen. But yes, I think pretty much everyone loves a bit of Scrooge McDuck. And it's really awesome that in the DuckTales reboot for 2017, he's voiced by David Tennant. Always love a bit of David Tennant, he's awesome. I believe, though, technically, currently, sort of, maybe, kind of, Scrooge McDuck's voice is John Cassia, who people would recognise as being the voice of Enzo in Bayonetta, and many other things. So, I mean, Crypt Keeper in Tales from the Crypt, Miko in Pocahontas. He's done Deadpool in a few things. He's been in Skylanders, and just provided voices for many things. But apparently, he's the current voice of Scrooge McDuck. I'm not sure how much I believe that fact, but Wikipedia says it's so. So I'll take that as a thing. But obviously, most recently, he has been voiced by Mr. David Tennant. And obviously I've already gone over Merlin, so that's all fine. And yeah, we're back in this lovely location, and hilariously, maybe not quite hilariously, but still, if I recall correctly, I effectively stumbled onto the location of the Prize Pods here. Which, once again, was not expecting. Yeah, there we go. Like, I just fell. I wasn't exactly planning on doing that, but that's what ended up happening. It was quite funny. Although my battling with them did not go particularly to plan. But it's okay. I still got some goodies out of them. It works out. Now, part of me would like to get top level Mickey. That would be nice, but we'll just see whether these enemies will be kind enough to provide it to me. I doubt they will. Yeah, this is probably not my day for double CP Mickey. But I do get to throw in another light charge, and while it's a little bit not particularly helpful when it doesn't aim properly, it is quite a fun finisher to make use of. Also, can I just point out how much I dislike the fact of that like Ben doesn't really get a slide maneuver until I think either you meld it or you I think you get it quite late on, but it's just like I'd quite like to be able to get things like that just by sliding rather than having to equip a sliding dash and just hope for the best. If I recall correctly, I think Aqua gets the slide quite late on as well. It's a slightly frustrating thing because obviously Terra has it. Well, he doesn't have an air slide until you get so far in. But it's just like you could have given me that'd be helpful, maybe just a little bit. But I suppose it could be worse. And at least there are sliding dashes. I don't know whether I have any in my inventory right now to be making use of. I'll be rather frustrated if not. Oh, counter rush. That will be helpful, thank you very much. Because that's basically your payback maneuver type thing. Oh, fire dash! Don't waste a fire dash. I can use a fire dash to get that thing. And I have no idea why I'm pausing right now. I think because I'm trying to figure out what moves I want and what I want to meld together. And love a bit of Fission Faraga, that's always good. I have to say, I am going to get more on the ball in more on the ball in terms of dealing with these melding commands. Because obviously I had such a... Oh! I didn't even need a slide, just a bit of perfect manoeuvring. See, a sliding dash would have helped with that, or a fire dash, or a fire surge, or any of those things. But yeah, when it comes to Aqua Story, I am going to be spending a little bit more time in the menus, largely because I end up spending more time trying to make sure that I get the commands that I want to get, and that I get the abilities that I want to get. So it was a case of making sure that what I was matching up got me what I needed, and it all worked out in that sense. Because I mean, while obviously half the fun of playing around with the command mixing and melding is that you never know quite what you're going to get, once you know you've been through doing that twice, you kind of think, well, I kind of want to get everything that I want to get. So at that point, it's just like, well, definitely going to need a guide for this one. But hey, that's just how these things work. And we are very, very, very quickly working our way up to the fight against Trinity Armor. I will say that for the most part, it is easier with Ven and Aqua than it is with Terra, in the sense of their dodge maneuvers are much more effective, because the dodge roll gives you a lot better invincibility frames than pretty much anything that Terra can do. So it's definitely what I would recommend using, because, like, my god, so much easier. Also, I hate hate the Raven enemies. Never liked them, never will like them, particularly in this area, because it's just like, can I please, you know, attack you? That would be nice. Can you not just sit there floating in the air doing absolutely sweet sod all? Because I actually want to progress here, rather than sitting around waiting for you to come into my range of attack. They're just particularly nasty enemies, because they don't even really do that much damage, they just are a bit useless, and oh my god! There's the double experience points! Get in there! Annoyingly, you know, that comes right at the end of this section where I'm not going to fight any more enemies. And actually, I don't think I'm going to end up using it as much as I probably should do. But hey, that's not the point. I unlocked it. That's what I'm wanting.
Ven, Terra, Aqua.
And once again, it is time to face down the Trinity armor. Now, as I said, he's definitely easier with Ven and Aqua than he is with Terra because of the whole dodging abilities. Also, it does help if you have decent commands in stock. And because Ven and Aqua are also better magic users, they have better ranged attacks, and therefore you can really just knock him down faster than really anything, and there's very little that he can actually do to stop you. I mean, as you can see, this is already going a lot more smoothly than the run with Terra. Although at this point I don't know why I'm still trying to attack the head, when actually it would be better to attack the... I think that's the arms. Because as you can see, I'm not actually doing any damage to the head, not that I can see that. So, that's actually not something that I've ever noticed, is that the head will only take so much damage until you destroy the other bits and bobs. So, I mean, that's a decent way of making sure that you attack what you need to attack. But then part of me feels that that might also just be a slight bit of laziness on the developer's parts for not having to change up how the fight worked depending on how you took him down. But hey, I'm not going to complain all that much, because this is still quite a fun fight. And there we go, he has been defeated, and we learn Cyclone, which is, if I recall correctly, a pretty awesome command style, so we'll get to look at that soon. But obviously, in the meantime, I think Aqua, Ven and Terra need to have a little chat, don't you?
Got him.
We make a good team.
Sure do. Oh yeah, I got you these tickets.
For what?
Lifetime passes to Disney Town. He said to take 2 grown-ups.
You mean us? Listen to me, Ven. We need to get you home.
It's okay, Aqua. Trust me, that guy in the mask is history. He'll never badmouth Terra again.
You saw the boy in the mask?
Yes?
Vanitas. Ven, you let Aqua take you home.
No way! want to go with you guys.
You can't. We have a dangerous task ahead of us. I don't want you to get hurt.
And what is this dangerous task, Terra? It doesn't sound like what the Master told you to do.
It might be a different route, but I'm fighting the darkness.
I'm not so sure. I've been to the same worlds as you, and I've seen what you've done. You shouldn't put yourself so close to the darkness.
Listen to yourself, Aqua. Terra would never.
You mean you've been spying on me? Is that what he said to do? The Master's orders?
He was only...
Aqua.
I get it.
Terra.
Just stay put! I'm on my own now, all right?
Terra, please, listen! The Master has no reason to distrust you, really. He was just worried.
You're awful, Aqua.
So now you know the truth. But the Master loves Terra. And you know that too.
Were you also ordered to take me home? Aqua, now that you're a Keyblade Master, you've let it go to your head. I'm gonna go find Terra.